Welcome back, everyone. We're going to move into our next panel, which is actually called Bridging the Gap, and it's super interesting to me.
Why?
Come on, we all know that no matter how hard we try, sometimes it seems like us and our parents are speaking totally different languages. So I think it's cool that our parents and kids have come together to talk about how we should communicate with each other.
I agree. So let's get to it. The moderator for this panel will be Dr. Rhonda Brinkley-Kennedy, who was selected Executive Director of Union Institute and University at Los Angeles Academic Center. She holds a bachelor's degree from Cal State Los Angeles and master's from Pepperdine University, and is also a doctor of psychology degree from California School of Professional Psychology. Dr. Kennedy, you have the floor.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So let's just jump into it. We only have a few minutes and we have so much to cover. As Nadia said, we all know that this communication time between youth and their parents. Oh my God. I remember when I was a youth, I used to pray, God, please get me through adolescence. That was my prayer. So I'm sure my mother was also praying the same thing. So I know it's all about communication. Our previous panel was telling us about this gap, this connection between parents and youth and adolescents in particular. So let's jump right in. I believe we have 3 families that have volunteered to share some of their thoughts and experiences. And I'm going to let you, because I don't necessarily have the names of everyone, but I believe there are 3. I think one was Mr. Gamble. Are you on? Nadia or Naji, do you have the names of the participants? Or if you're on, if you can just jump right in, let me know who you are. So we want the 3 parents and the 3 youth who had volunteered. Are you on?
I'm here.
Oh, great. So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Starlin Brown. I'm a senior at the Archer School for Girls, and
Hi, Starlin. Now, are your family here with you?
my mother is on, but I think I was just selected as a just one of the
Just
children.
one of the youth. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, excellent. And there's another youth also. There should be 3. Jose?
Hi, my name is Jose Garcia. I'm a junior at Verbum Day High School.
Wonderful. Thank you. And who's our 3rd? No, just have Jose and Starling. Well, thank you. And who are our 3 parents? No, no parents?
Where are our parents at?
Well,
I'm a parent.
okay.
I'll participate.
That's beautiful. Okay, I appreciate that. And your name is?
Janine Taylor.
Okay, Ms. Taylor, I love it. Thank you for stepping in. We have another parent want to step in? A parent of an adolescent? Well, Ms. Taylor, you're going to carry it.
Okay.
There'll be some others chiming in. I used to have
I've got 3. I could do it.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay. So we had a few questions we wanted to ask. So one is we wanted you to talk a little bit about all 3 of you, a little bit about what you think about communication at this time as an adolescent working with and as a parent. What is it about this stage of the time in your life and the communication styles? What would you guys say about that? Yeah, go ahead, Starlin.
I can go first, but just at the age that I'm at now, I feel like there's a lot going on in my life. You know, I'm going into a new stage, like a new chapter in my life. I'm about to be legal, so it's like it's just a different transition from being a child. And so it's kind of hard. Communication is hard right now because I want so badly to figure things out on my own, but I know I need the guidance of my mom. But I'm just very defiant. So I don't want the guidance. I want to try to do it on my own. But that's where I think communication falls short, because I can't communicate when I need help. She just sees it, and I'm just like, no, I don't need it. So it's like we're kind of at a battling stage right now. But yeah, that's where.
I think you nailed that. That's very good. Okay, we're going to loop back around to that. What would you say, Jose?
Sorry, what was the question again?
What are some of the difficult things that you find at this stage with your parents? What kind of gets in the way? What are some of the issues do you think are happening?
Some of the issues I think that are happening, I guess the main one is the kind of like the big generation gap. Because she was born in the 60s in Mexico, and just like me growing up in like the early 2000s in America. And like for her, some of the things I talk about or some of the things I say doesn't like seem right to her and stuff. But that's just like a small problem. I think the main problem is when I want help, I don't really ask for it. And I kind of feel like that's how I was kind of taught, like don't really ask ask for help. At least that's what I got from like growing up. That's what I got, like don't ask for help. And now that I need help for very important things, I can't ask for it.
That's another good piece. So you're raised to kind of be independent, and so then you get to this stage. Sometimes you want to ask for help, and then you don't know how to ask for help and when to ask for help. I think Starlin, you brought a little bit that to the table also. That's very interesting. It becomes very confusing. This one foot into kind of adulthood, not into adulthood, this transition. I'm independent. I've learned to be independent, but I'm not really. It's very, very, very interesting. Miss Taylor, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I just hear common threads in Starlin and Jose's comments. As a parent of 3 teenagers, I have twin boys that are 15 and my daughter's 16. And just being in this pandemic, honestly, if I were to be truly honest, I'm not sure if I would have done as well as they did. To cope and not see your friends for a year and have to learn virtually and be in front of, a lot of grownups can't work from home, and kids having to stay focused all the time and basically teach themselves. I just want to applaud all the kids that made it through virtual learning. Honestly, you really deserve a lot of credit because that was difficult, and you did it. So, I noticed just in coming with all the things that have been going on with, honestly, BLM, Black Lives Matter, it was surreal. My kids grew up where having a Black president was, their frame of reference. I grew up thinking it would never happen. They grew up and that was their only reality. And so then to come into their own in their teens and see all the havoc was just otherworldly. My daughter had friends who, were a degree away from someone who wanted to commit suicide, a degree away from someone who got pregnant and then got thrown out in the middle of a pandemic. Kids have been going through a lot, and my kids kind of are introverted anyway, so they go in and I have to, they shut down. They don't tell me anything. They're not, Starlet, I mean, sometimes they're defiant, Jose, sometimes they just don't want to talk about it, just like you, so I have to figure out how to find common ground. And I mean, I do encourage parents to really understand the humanity of kids and understand they're people too. So I find myself, my daughter likes anime. So I'll sit and watch anime with her just to get a few words and kind of see how everything's going, because it might take a while for her to say something.
So I think you hit on something great, Ms. Taylor, and that kind of leads me to my other question, and that are those positive things. And so getting into what your youth like. So Jose and Starlin, how do you find that, or what are those easier things, or those things that run smoother with your parents? How do you think those things, what come to mind, the things that work, the things that you like, and the things that make that connection a little bit smoother? What do you think? And if our third adolescent did come on and our other two parents come on, feel free to let me know and just jump right in. I think originally we were supposed to start at 5, so that might be why they didn't come on. But Jose and Starlin, what are some of those easier things? Ms. Taylor mentioned anime and kind of joining on that. What do you think? What are some of those things for you?
I honestly feel like it's just those larger family moments. We're not able to bicker how we do when we're alone. So, when I'm with my dad or my sisters, there's times where I can joke around and she'll catch the joke and laugh. And I just feel like things were like, as Ms. Taylor mentioned, like quarantine and just COVID, it threw off a lot. And I think that is one of the reasons that me and my mom butt heads so much, because we've never been together every single day of every single hour. I always had school to go to, and I can come back and laugh with her, or come back and have a small disagreement. But with COVID, those disagreements went on all day and all the next day until I went to bed, when I woke up. So I would just say those family moments, those bigger family moments when we can kind of block out what we're bickering about and just like enjoy the moment.
So having other people around and just be in those bigger moments, that makes sense. Okay, Jose, what are you thinking?
Are you talking about like the moments that like I would have with her where it's like okay, where it's like not like where she's not mad at me or something? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
it's because I got kind of confused by the way.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused by your wording. That's why.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I understand. Yeah, like she's not mad, or that it's smooth. It's good between you. That it seems better for you.
I think some of those moments are when I get ready before like because when we have to go to school, we have to be ready before 7, or else like that's like a bad thing, so sometimes like when I get ready before 7 and I help like everybody else get ready, she kind of like, it's like more, she's not like as mad at us just because I helped her and yeah, stuff like that.
So those are, so when you're doing things that she knows you do well and you do well, and you feel that you do well, those are smoother, more pleasant times. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So tell me your Starlin and Jose, tell me a little bit more, and just whatever you want to share, but things that your own style, your style of communication. I think you've hit on it a little bit, but just your style of communication with your friends. Do you have the friends that you share some of the things you would wish you and your parents could do a little bit better? Do you share with your friends? Do you have places to go to talk things through? What's that like for you?
Well, I definitely do have a couple people that I trust with what's going on with me and my mom. And Nadia is one of them. She's on here. She's my best friend, and we talk when times at school, or if something's going on, I'll contact her over the phone. And also have like I started going to school about 2 weeks ago, like in person. And the nurse is like, she's like the homegirl, like, she's not a nurse because I never go in there for medical reasons. I just go in there to talk. So she's somebody that I also vent to. And I found it funny how alike we are. She's almost 30 and I'm not even 18 yet. And we are going through these same things with our parents because, parents are forever, they're going to be on you forever. As long as, they can. So I think, yeah, I definitely have those friends that I go to. Most of the times I'm not going to say it's not productive. It's more so just venting because like my friends can't really do anything but calm me down or something. Like, they can't help alleviate the situation between me and my mom. They're just more so there for me to fall on and, be mad. Like, the frustration that I can't take out on my mom, I deliver that to my friends, like as if, I don't know how to explain it, but like I can't go off on my mom. So I would share my feelings and how I feel and vent with my friends in a way that isn't disrespectful, but I can't say it to my mom. So yeah.
I hear you. Jose, how would you feel about that? Who you communicate, who do you reach out to? Or is that important to do?
I mean, I don't really have like friends like that close with me. So the person I talk to the most about like this type of stuff is like my girlfriend. We've been together for about I think almost 4 years now. And like she's helped me like do a lot of stuff. She's helped me like when anything. And she helped me do that, and she helps me do stuff.
So it sounds like, Ms. Taylor, what I'm hearing the youth say that having respect for their parents, understanding some of the things that their parents have gone through, understanding that they have other things to do, but they have a respect there, but having some friends and some girlfriend, whomever, someone on the outside of that parent relationship helps balance and help keep things in check. Keeps kind of a balance there is what I'm hearing.
I think that's a good thing. And I think it's healthy for parents to understand that sometimes kids feel more comfortable talking to someone else, and that's okay. And I tell my kids, if it's something you feel, you can say anything, but if you don't want to, share it with someone you feel comfortable, who has your best interest at heart. Like Starlin knows her counselor has her best interest at heart. And Jose trusts his girlfriend and knows she has his best interest at heart. So they feel good about sharing with them. And that's healthy and that's good. That's one of the things Genesee tries to do, is try to point youth in the direction of healthy relationships. So, developing those relationships where you feel like you can be safe to be yourself and to share, how you really feel. That's the healthiest space of all, your relationship. I think Dr. Parker even touched on it, and so did you, Dr. Kennedy. Self-love.
Yes. I just got a little notice here that that Mr. Gamble, who was one of our parents who had agreed to join us. Mr. Gamble, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Hi, how are you? I think we started a little early, so we didn't want to leave you out. So we've been just chatting a little bit about different things. So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your youth and your family.
All right. Myself, I was a parent early. My first child was born at 22. I was in the military, and then I got out around 24. I got out of the service, and my son and myself came back to California. And he was not quite 2 yet, and he's 17 now. He'll be 18 in a month, and he's going to FAMU, so I'm really happy about that. But it was just he and I for a while, and 6 years ago, I ended up getting married, and so now I have another son who you may hear in the background. He's 3. And I'm raising him.
Very good. Very good. We have 2 youth that have been sharing. I don't know if you were able to listen. So we've been talking about communication style. With your oldest, what kind of communication do you think that, since it was the 2 of you for a while, what was that communication like for you, especially as he kind of developed into the adolescent? What was that like? How would you characterize that relationship, that communication?
I would say communication with him was challenging at some points. I'm also I'm not as young as I look, so I'm pretty old school, and he got a lot of directives, and he had an opinion and no vote. So because that's the way I raised him, when I'm asking you a question, I need an answer. I don't know is not an answer because it doesn't provide information. So I asked you a question because I wanted information from you. And it would be challenging, but that was just the way it was, where if I'm asking you a question, you have to answer it. And most of the time he figured out, I know the answer. So you can try and play this game and hide it from me if you like, but I know the answer already. So let's be honest. And that was really the main crux of our contentious conversation, was always centered around, you have to be honest, you have to be responsible, you have to have integrity, because that's what's going to carry you throughout life.
Mm-hmm. And how'd that work for you?
So early on, he was honest Abe, and he was honest to a fault. When he started getting a little older, a little more savvy, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And so now that he's about to step out on his own, quasi on his own, he's going to college. He sees more the value and the benefit. And so he's getting back to where he was when he was younger, just being, straight up and down. His yes is yes, his no is no.
Mm-hmm. So he can see the benefit. It was a little rocky in there for a minute, I'm sure. So, so you saw the evolution of that. So I see it. We appreciate that. That's very, very, very helpful. So I wanted to and thanks for jumping in there with us. We had another parent, evidently. I think they couldn't come. I just want to make sure. Katarina Mitchell, was that one? No. So we only have a couple of minutes left, and I wanted us to have any questions, anything that we want to summarize. Jose and Starlin, any questions you two might have, and again, we so appreciate you being brave enough to kind of come on this forum with over 100 people listening to you. What are your thoughts at this point?
Was that directed at anybody in particular?
That's Starlin and Jose. Those are 2 you.
Honestly, don't have, anything that I want to say, but just more so as I transition to college, and how I said, like, my defiant character and, just how I am, I do want to work on that relationship and that communication, that level of communication before I go away. I'm going to Baltimore, so that is far, far away from home. And I will have to have a different level of communication. Just, having that new independency, but still needing help, getting through just a life as a young adult, So yeah, I do want to fix that communication and work on that. And if the parents have any ways, you know, from your perspective, how you would like your child to communicate with you, please share.
Mhm. Okay,
I
Jose, I'll
didn't
let
realize I was late, but if I could jump in.
go ahead.
One, I want to say congratulations. That's beautiful. Going to college is something that all of us are proud to hear. So
Yeah.
the second thing is more to your question, as far as you you have relationships that are already established, and it took a while to get there. So you can't just expect people to respond differently because you act differently. And you also trust whomever you trust and however you trust them. And if you're more open, in most cases, if someone loves you, they're going to be appreciative, and they're going to be equally as open with you. And a lot of times as a child, you don't realize how much power you wield. But I've been a parent where I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on with this child. But the child, if they open up and they give me information, then we can move forward, and we can, you know, work towards solutions together.
Mhm. Very helpful. Jose, any thoughts?
I kind of was just focused on listening, but I forgot the original question.
Just anything that you might want to ask or share at this point. Jose.
I got,
Mhm.
I think I kind of lagged out.
Any questions, Jose? That's all I was asking.
Oh, no, I don't have any questions.
Okay. I think I see, is that Dr. Thomas? I can't see the whole name.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, I see your hand, your thought.
okay. I
Mhm.
just I had to, first of all, this is a wonderful forum, but I had to come on here and I had to acknowledge my wonderful, wonderful, beautiful former student, Carmen. She took one of my classes. She is just an outstanding young woman. We lost her to Dominguez Hills, I believe, or El Camino, but we gonna get you back. So I just had to really, really acknowledge that. She thought I didn't know who she was. I'm like, how could I not know who you were? So anyway, I just had to say something, and then to just say that, you know, I put some, you know, some comments in the chat about, you know, universities and some of the toxicity that exists there. But Black faculty adopt our students as our own, and that's how we treat them. And so I'm glad to see that Carmen is doing well, looking absolutely drop dead gorgeous. We love her, and I can't wait to tell the department that I saw you and what you are, where you are, and what you're doing.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thanks for jumping in there, and I really appreciate our youth. Thanks for jumping in with us, Mr. Campbell, and thanks for sharing, Ms. Taylor. Our youth are fabulous, and Jose, thank you. Congratulations to you, Starlin. You reminding me of my son when he went away to college. I can't believe you said I need some advice on how to contact my parents. Hello, yes, you do. That's important. Connected. It's an exciting time. You know, sometimes our parents, for me, I had never went away to college. I was an adult when I went to college, and so when my son went away to college, it was like I was going to college, right? I was the bigger knucklehead in the room, so I was so excited for him, but it was really my excitement. So don't think your mother won't be excited about it. So congratulations again.